Okay. Before we get started, you guys, I want you to, so obviously, as we go through these, a lot of them are going to be like, not all of them, but a lot of them, I'm sure you guys have caught on, are somehow tied into the product or the opportunity. And I don't want you guys to become like a walking, talking, like Thrive commercial. So, something that I've been doing is I'm batching these and I'm 100% using them throughout the week, but I've actually started kind of posting twice a day. So once, like maybe in the morning, typically the mornings, it is, I'm pulling from these captions right here, right? And then in the evening, I'm sharing something that's like from my personal branding fives. So whether it be like my house or like a Target haul or a photo of my kids or something like that. So I'm doing Thrive in the morning and then kind of personal life at night. So there's a really good mix between the two. So don't forget to mix in your personal life. I just wanted to kind of throw that out there. Okay, so we're gonna get started so that we can wrap this up in time for the planning Zoom. So the first one that we have, like always, you guys, I'm gonna throw the captions at you, the topics. I'm gonna set a timer for 6 minutes and we are going to type on that. Remember, they don't all have to be super long captions, okay? Make them zingers, make them shorter, whatever. Okay, so I got this comment the other day from somebody. So this is kind of where this topic came from, but I had someone ask me, how are you so good at what you do? So she's somebody who newly joined my team. She's never done network marketing before. And she said, like, you just make this look so easy. Like, how are you so good at what you do? And it kind of got me thinking, because obviously when I started, like, I was not good. I still, like, when I still question if I'm actually good, right? I don't actually know what I'm doing. I'm just failing my way forward. But nonetheless, it got me thinking of how far I've come, because I have come far. When I started, I wasn't, I didn't know how to make a reel. I wasn't using my social media with intention. I was scared, like all these different things. So if someone were to ask you, how are you so good at what you do? I want you to kind of like type that out. I want you to kind of respond to that in a caption. Maybe take it back to like I just said, how you were when you started, and explain that like nobody starts knowing how to do this, knowing what they're doing, right? We fail our way forward. That's what we have these Zooms for. We do it together, hand in hand. You're shown the way. You guys see where I'm going with this? So I'm going to set a timer for 6 minutes, and that is what we are going to do. And I will, like always, I'm going to type the topic out into the chat. I'm going to mute myself. Okay, there's the timer on that. I see some people sharing examples, so I'll go ahead and share mine quickly before we move on. I did not finish it, and like I tell you guys all the time, like 9 times out of 10 when we're going through these, I don't finish mine, right? But at least I have like a start and a very rough draft that I later go into and clean up. So typically, like on the planning Zooms, right? Like I already have my topics. So when I plan, I plug in which days I'm going to talk about the topics. And then the night prior, so tonight, I'm going to look at what I'm posting tomorrow and I'm going to go into that caption and I'm going to clean it up and get it ready from A to Z. It's going to be done and ready to go. All I have to do is copy and paste it tomorrow morning. So this is going to be one of those captions that I need to do this with. So it's not done, but this is what I have. I said, how are you so good at what you do? I get this question often. And if you're one of the people who has asked this, you already know my answer. I always start it with a chuckle and then follow up with, I've been doing this for 2 years. I wasn't good when I first started. I too was uncomfortable. I didn't know what I was doing. The camera terrified me. But instead of letting that stop me, I leaned into it. I knew the only way to get great at something is to practice. And then, so that's all I have. But I'm going to go into exactly like you guys see in this chat, like failing forward, making mistakes, learning from those mistakes, watching the leaders who have gone before me, that sort of thing. So that is what I have for that one. Let me get back into my topics here. Okay, moving forward. This is something that I saw on Facebook the other day, and this is where that inspo came from. Somebody was looking for a new morning routine. They basically said that like theirs just wasn't cutting it. And so I want us to write a message in the form of a caption, obviously, to the person who is looking for a new morning routine. We're going to sell them on our morning routine. So this is where you're going to pull from those product fives, right? Like what are the things that you love about the 3 steps? The simplicity, like how delicious the shakes are, how they keep you full for hours, how they're perfect for like busy people on the go when you physically don't have time to eat breakfast in the morning. Whatever your product fives are, this is a really great time to get that list out and pull from those. I love that, Andrea. Thank you for sharing that. So there's a good one in the chat, you guys. Moving on, this one. All right, so we've all made those like I didn't want to be that girl posts, right? But for this one, we're gonna flip the script and we're gonna talk about how we were sick and tired of being that girl or that guy, because I know that we do have guys on here as well. And when I say that, I mean like I was sick and tired of being, that girl who was working all the time. I was sick and tired of being that girl who was underpaid, who was missing time with her family, who was struggling to pay bills. So do you guys see how we're flipping that? And this is where we're going to think back to where we were at before we found this opportunity, what things looked like, and we're going to flip the script and talk about how we were sick and tired of being that person. And I hope that makes sense. Let me know if it doesn't. So if you're brand new and you haven't made a paycheck yet, there's obviously a reason why you started this, right? Why you're working to earn a paycheck. So you would just talk about those reasons. What were the reasons that pushed you to be like, okay, I need to try this? All right. So for this next one, I kind of want you guys to think about like growth, like self growth and how far you've come. And I want you to think about something that, and this can be thrive related or non thrive related. This can be about like conquering your fears, but something that you didn't think that you could do, something you didn't think you'd ever be able to do or ever be able to overcome. And I want you to kind of like journal on that a little bit, if that makes sense for this one. I know for me, I'm kind of going thrive related, kind of not. I took a photo of us on here together, and I'm going to kind of talk about the fact that I like growing up, I hated public speaking. Like I was that girl in high school that would literally, I would be sick the day of a presentation, like would not go to school because I was terrified to get up in front of the class and speak to people. Like I hate public speaking. So like when I started this, I remember getting on Zooms and wanting the level of success that these girls had who were leading them, but telling myself like, even when you're there, like you're not going to lead Zooms because you don't like public speaking. You could never do that. But like here I am on a Sunday Zoom with you guys every Sunday. So I'm going to kind of talk about that. But again, it can be whatever, just something, some fear that you've overcome. All right, we have three left. So this next one is going to be product. So I want you to think about why your health is important to you, because obviously, if you're here and you're using these products, it's important to you. So I know for me, like I'm gonna kind of talk about how it's important to me that I am the showing up every single day as the best version of myself for my kids. Because if you know my story, you know that before I found these products, I was exhausted. I was drinking 2 cups of coffee still on the couch at 10 a.m. every morning, begging my kids to watch one more show so that mommy could rest a little bit longer, right? And anytime they would ask me to do something, it was always like in a minute or maybe later because I was exhausted. I call myself a maybe later mom. And so for me, it's important to take care of myself so that I have the energy to be a present mom for them. So that's what I'm going to talk about. But obviously, all of our reasons are going to be a little bit different. So, why is it important to you? All right, we are almost done. So this next one is going to be for Tuesday, and it is just going to be something based around weekly pay. Again, if you've never earned a paycheck, like if you're new here and you haven't quite earned a paycheck, there's a couple different things that you can do with this. But what I think I would do personally is just touch on the fact that you are eligible to be paid. I don't know why I'm losing my voice, every Tuesday. Okay. With a lot of other companies, there's like, they get paid, I think, like once a month, or like corporate world, a lot of people get paid like bi-weekly or even once a month. So the fact that we get paid every Tuesday, 6 different ways, is like huge. You can talk about the VIP 800 and 1600 like bonuses. So come Tuesday at 1 p.m., like I want you guys to think about what that means to you, what it's doing for you. If you have a team, I like to touch on what it's doing for them, because I like to show that it's not just myself earning paychecks, it's not just me winning, it's like everybody around me too. So we've got this one and then one more, and we will jump off. All right, you guys, we're gonna time block this next one just for 5 minutes so that we have time to kind of like get up, stretch, do what we gotta do before we get onto the planning one. So for this next one, this is one of the ones where we finish a sentence, and that sentence is the goal is. So you can take this again any which way you want to. Maybe if like you started mainly for the products, the goal is to be like healthy, like fit and healthy, or whatever it is. Or if you want to take this like opportunity side, what is like the goal is what's the goal? Is it like the house with the white picket fence and not needing to request like paid time off? Is the goal to bring your husband home? Is the goal to just create more options for your family? Or is it simple things? Because again, like you guys know, we always say you don't have to want to be a millionaire for this to change your life. So is the goal just to be able to like afford diapers and not have to put them on a credit card? What is the goal? And like I said, we're just going to do 5 minutes so that you guys have a little bit of time in between. Guys, just a little thing before you get on the planning Zoom too. Now that you know what your topics are, when you're on that planning Zoom, be thinking about what content photos you need to take for the week or what reels you need to record that can go hand in hand with these. So for example, like this one, mine is the goal is to create a life that I don't need a vacation from. I'd say we're about there. And so I'm going to, the day that I post this, I'm going to stop whatever I'm doing and I'm going to take a photo of like what's in front of me. 9 times out of 10, that's like my kids playing like out in the driveway with chalk or something like that. And that's going to be the photo that I use, because that's going to show people that like I have time freedom with my children, right? Like I'm present with them, whatever. So be thinking of what you need photos of and what I do. So I have my little caption typed out in my notes. Underneath that, I'm going to put what I need to take for a content photo. That way, again, it's just easy to plug into my calendar and I know what I need to have ready for the week. And we've got about a minute left. So if you're done, well, I think you can just slide. I don't even think you have to get off to move on to the next Zoom. Do you, Christina? I don't know. Maybe you do. You do. Oh yeah, because I have to stop my training. So if you're done, feel free to hop off. Like I said, stretch, do what you got to do before the planning Zoom starts in about 4 minutes. All right, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and close this because people are trying to come in for the planning Zoom. So I'm going to close this so that Christina can hop in. Thank you guys for joining me. I hope that you guys have a good, productive week, and I will see you on the planning Zoom with Christina.